Welcome to the Transformers Breakdown, episode 29, The Secret of Omega Supreme. In this particular episode, the Decepticons are mining some ore in some kind of asteroid thing. Cosmos finds out, they send Omega Supreme. Omega Supreme and Optimus sit down and talk. Omega Supreme tells him about the past that him and the Constructicons have had, and how Megatron transformed the Constructicons into evil. And Omega Supreme beats up the Constructicons. This creature hatches from the asteroid, tries to take over San Francisco. They stop it, and that's the episode. So let's get started. So this episode starts off really bizarre with a super glitch. Why is Sideswipe right next to Megatron? I have no idea why that is. Is Sideswipe a secret Decepticon? I'm not quite sure, so let me know. And then commonly we're seeing a common reoccurrence of Cosmos in these episodes, so I'm sure they're trying to sell Cosmos. I'm not quite sure what the situation is with that. And then there's a moment where Powerclad's top of his face is yellow, and then it's back to gray, so that's a glitch right there. And then Optimus tells, there's a lot of these snarky little things that Optimus will say to his people, and he goes, Omega, can you talk like a regular Autobot? And Omega's like, okay, fine, this time I will talk like a regular. And then what is this? And then you see this creature that is helping Omega Supreme. And what is it? Is this like E.T. meets Transformers? So then there's this whole Crystal City that Omega is, I'm just gonna go ahead and call him Omega, that he's protecting. Constructicons were friends with Omega Supreme, and I'm assuming that they were Decepticons, but why do they have I'm assuming they were Autobots actually. Why do they have the Decepticon logo right from the get-go? So that's something to think about. Then you've got the Robo Smasher that basically can transform good guys into bad guys. And then there's a consistent thing. There's a glitch right here that there's only 5 Constructicons. There's 6. There's not 5. So there's 5 Constructicons. So the poor Crystal City gets broken up. And then there's this where Omega's running, and it's like the background is totally I think orange, and you're thinking that's to signify trauma, or maybe they couldn't draw the background, I'm not sure. And if the Constructicons were originally in Cybertron and they had not traveled to Earth, why do they transform into vehicles from Earth modes? And now there's 6. So they glitch back and forth between 5 and 6. And Megatron created Devastator. We find that out. And then I thought all Constructicons were at the asteroid. Who is this guy? And notice that if you watch this episode, this particular gel that they're using, or this particular drawing that they're using, or cell, or whatever it's called, it's used 3 times. So I think that they were like, oh, we'll just throw it in there. We don't have to just nobody will notice that the Constructicon's there, and then the previous episode he's in the asteroid. And how did Optimus get to the Arctic super fast? We don't see Jetfire, so there is no freedom. If you've been watching this episode, you know that Jetfire means freedom. So and then 5 again. Can we make up our minds? Are there 5 or 6 Constructicons? And why are half of the cars yellow and the other half is green? This is just come on guys. This is just being lazy. It's like they're taxis. Haven't you been to New York? Half of the taxis are yellow, half of the taxis are greens, and there's no cars, it's only taxis, so okay. And then Optimus says there are things more important in life than revenge, and Omega is crying. you see the little glimmer of a tear. So that's this episode. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know. Mind you, I want to remind you that these are on the Netflix. These glitches are on the Netflix. They're not on the YouTube version. They might be on the DVD. I'm not quite sure. Alright, hasta la, hago con Lelo. Till all are one.